Good evening. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Rick Arsenault. This is another edition of Time Out Over Time on the Time Out Over Time YouTube channel, live and direct from the Brankman Chevrolet Studio Annex. As we get a score update right on cue. I'm not going to go too long tonight. I run a little later tonight, pardon me, because I want to wait till the Tiger game was over with to come on. As you saw in the headlines, after that stinker last night, hearing the post-game interviews, the Tigers sounded like a defeated team last night after the game. They really did. And they had Casey Mize going today. He exited the game. What was it? The third inning, fourth inning, with the bases loaded, nobody out. Give Kyle Finnegan credit for getting out of that. Pardon me. with only one run being scored. This series goes back now Friday night to Seattle. So they were led by Javi Baez today. They got behind 3-0. Make a long story short, they scored the next 9 runs, won the game 9-3. Troy Melton was very good in relief. He'll be in the starting rotation next year. This is so much eerily spooky, really, if those of you who are local enough to remember the 1968 World Series. Tigers were down, 3-1 in Game 5 in Detroit. Mickey Lolich was pitching. He gave up 3 runs in the first inning. They were down 3-0. They came back to win the game 5-3. Of course, as you know, they would go on to win the next 2 games and win the World Series. Can history repeat itself? It has, and it can. So Tarik Skubal pitching Friday night. If the Yankees lose tonight, it will be an 8 o'clock start from Seattle. Looks like George Kirby's going for the Mariners. Last thing in the world the Mariners wanted to do was go back there and face Tarik Skubal. I know that for a fact after listening to Sports Talk Radio in Seattle. So, I don't think there's any doubt, no question about it. It's indisputable. There is no rebut. Javier Baez has been their best hitter in the postseason. This guy seems to flourish on the big stage, and he had 4 RBI today, including a 2-run homer. He led the way. And again, as I said in the headlines, did you see this coming after that stinker last night? I don't think anybody did. Here's where baseball got it wrong last night, folks. We've got radar now. They can see the weather. Rather than maintain the original starting time of 4 o'clock, no later than noon, and they can see radar. They know what the weather's going to be. Now they should have moved the starting time back 2 hours to 6 o'clock and made that announcement. Open the gates at 5. So in doing so, you would have only had to wait around an hour for the game to start instead of 3. Boy, that's a long time. And did that long delay affect the Tigers? It didn't affect the Mariners. No, I don't think so. And remember one thing too about Tarik Skubal. Before we do that, we get you an update on the scores as we have them. The Brewers and Cubs are in the bottom of the 6th inning at Wrigley Field. Cubs scored 4 runs in the first inning. They're hanging on. It's 4-2 now, as I said, in the bottom of the 6th. The Blue Jays came out and scored in the first inning. They've got a 1-0 lead on the Yankees. And if the Yankees should lose tonight, the Tiger Mariner game will start at 8 o'clock on Friday night. And just so you don't hear locally, the last 6 weeks or so, or as long as high school football has been going on, with Andy and Jed doing the game of the week on 92.1 FM, the Tiger game has been preempted every Friday night. However, given the relevancy of the game Friday night, and as I said, if the Yankees go on to lose and get eliminated, it will be on FS1 at 8:05. WCSR will have We'll have Andy and Jed doing the high school game of the week on 95 The Dale. Okay? Tigers will be on 92.1 FM, and there will be no Hornet football on the radio this week. So that means Harrison James and Brett Felix get Friday night off. That's the way it was explained to me earlier today. So you will hear the Tiger game on 92.1 FM on Friday night. So okay. As I said, I think I've got you. Oh, later tonight, game 3 of the series out in LA. It's a 9:08 start on TBS. The Phillies and Dodgers. Dodgers take a 2-0 lead into that series. Phillies have to win or go home for them too. So I think we've got to be up to date on all the scores here. Remember one thing too about Tarik Skubal. Up till now, the most important start of his big league career.
Hey, your farmer will be right with you.
Pardon the interruption. We'll turn this off for the time being. Okay. The most important start of Tarik Skubal's big league career was last year in Game 5 of the ALDS in Cleveland. We all know what happened there. He pooped his pants. Let's hope he doesn't do the same thing Friday night. He's got a chance to redeem himself. This will be the most important start of his big league career. Oh, it's a shame the Tigers couldn't have saved a few of these runs for Friday. Oh, we'll just have to wait and see. Can they win Friday night? Sure, yeah. I know the Mariners, like I said, didn't want to have to go back there and face Tarik Skubal. So we will see. We'll do a couple of commercials here and then wrap it up with a little bit of Lions, a little bit of college football. I'd like to welcome a new sponsor into the fold tonight. I'm so happy to be able to announce the Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale has joined our family of sponsors. And I couldn't be happier. The new hours, Monday, Thursday, and Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. They're now open 3 nights a week, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Award-winning breakfast, great food, great service, right price. What more can you ask for? Family atmosphere, Finish Line Family Restaurant. Over 4 decades of service to the Hillsdale area. We are so thankful to have them here. And again, I'm happy to welcome them into the fold here. I have more to say in that regard, probably more on Friday. But welcome aboard, Gavin Carr, the new owner at the Finish Line Family Restaurant. As I said, remember now they're open 3 nights a week. Monday, Thursday, and Friday. So, also, Frank Beck Chevrolet on Carlton Road on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. Good folks out there wanted me to remind you that October is truck month. You get in there and get a great deal on a truck right now. I mean, a super great deal. Silverado, you won't find a better deal anywhere this month on a truck at Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. You get in there and let them help you experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Chevrolet together, let's drive. Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. And of course, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the number one selling Chevrolet dealer in our immediate tri-state area. Pardon me. We're also brought to you in part by Barron Insurance on M99 and US 12 at downtown Jonesville, 517-849-1000. Barron Insurance, protecting your dreams. That's barrettins.com. M99 and US 12 at downtown Jonesville, 517-849-1000. Barron Insurance, protecting your dreams. That's barrettins.com. Quickly, Red Wings start the season tomorrow night at Little Caesars Arena against the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe I'll have a little bit more to say, but I'm kind of pressed for time right now. I'll have more to say on them Friday and on Monday, maybe Saturday morning, even if we get a chance. College football at noon on Saturday on the Big Ten Network. Michigan State will host UCLA. Michigan State is favored in that game by, I think, 7.5. That sounds about right. I think they'll win. I think State will win. See how much of a hangover UCLA has after their upset win over Penn State. And then 7:30 prime time, Saturday night on NBC. It's University of Michigan in LA facing the USC Trojans from the Coliseum, from the Memorial Coliseum. Michigan is a slight underdog in that game, I believe. I think 2.5, maybe. Anyway, something else I was going to point out to you. College football. You look back on what NBC put on in prime time last Saturday night. What made the folks at NBC, the executives, think that putting the game Minnesota at Ohio State 7:30 Saturday night, how did that get to be a primetime game? It turned out to be a Buckeye fun fest. That was not an enjoyable watch unless you're a diehard Ohio State fan. Again, that's a head scratcher. Why are you putting that game on in prime time on Saturday night? I don't get it. I don't get that. So about the Lions here. Quick word, Quality BC, downtown Hillsdale, 37 Walter Street, 517-610-5372. The only place to go in our area for technical services, anything at all, computers, new or used. Flat screen TV, mounting, programming, setup, maybe you're shutting in providers, you need that installed. Printers, new or used, anything at all. Get in there and see them. 517-610-5372 or 37 Walton Street, downtown Hillsdale. Tell them me and Mickey sent you. Thank you very much. The Lions. 1.5 underdogs. Last time I looked at Kansas City, Sunday night on NBC. Normally, the home team in the NFL automatically gets 3 points. So I think what Las Vegas is telling us, they think the Lions are the better team in this one. I think the worst thing that could have happened to the Lions was to have Kansas City lose Monday night at Jacksonville. They're 2-3 now. It's hard for me to envision them falling to 2-4 and having to scramble to make the playoffs, let alone win the division. I think Denver's going to win that division now, but boy, you don't get me wrong. I'd like to see that's going to be a back and forth game, kind of like what you saw Monday night at Jacksonville. I don't have a very good feeling about this game. Let's just say that right now. Not that the Lions aren't capable of winning, Everyone has them. I mean, every ranking, doesn't matter who it is. Of course, ranking is a weekly power rankings are merely a conjecture, and everywhere you look, everybody's, including Stephen A. Smith. Everyone has the Lions at the top of the heap. Well, at least for this week, anyway. Stephen A. Smith has Lions, Rams, Bills, Colts, Eagles. A little bit surprising to see the Rams at number 2, in spite of the fact that they just lost a home game to a beat-up San Francisco team. Possible, too, with the 49ers that Brock Purdy may not get his job back. Again, it's amazing what a change of scenery has done for Mac Jones and Daniel Jones. Baker Mayfield, quarterbacks whose careers appear to be over, and then they are resurrected going somewhere else. So, as I said, it's the Lions and the Chiefs Sunday night. NFL week gets underway tomorrow night with a Thursday night game. Should be a good game. Eagles at the Giants. Wouldn't shock me if the Giants would win this game. Pull off another upset like they did a couple of weeks ago against the Chargers. Something wrong with the Eagles right now. They have no running game. I don't know what happened to Saquon Barkley. But gee. Well, anyway, that's going to do it. I think most of our time was taken up with the Tigers. And again, let's hope Tarek Skubal pitches better in this game 5 of the ALDS than he did last year. Okay. And don't forget, if the Yankees lose tonight, they're on at 8. If they win, I think they're on at 5 or 6. No, I think they're on at 5. Anyway, I'll be on before the game Friday night to tell you exactly what time they're going to be on. So don't forget, they will be on WCSR 92.1 Friday night. Okay. I think we got everything in. That's going to do it. I'll talk to you all again on Friday. Don't forget Saturday, 9 to 10 here locally, WCSR 92.1 with Andy and Jet. And so until Friday, I will simply bid you all a pleasant good evening. And remember, please treat each other with respect. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Remember, the next subscriber will be the winner. So until Friday, I'll simply say, wish you all a very pleasant good evening. Thank you for watching. And so long, everybody. Good night.